So, I'd like to introduce a guest speaker today. It's not night time yet. Dr. Nash Jocic. Nash is a doctor in philosophy, and his main interest is in ethics and aesthetics alongside political philosophy. He has specialized in Nietzsche's ethics and his philosophy of art. His PhD dissertation, titled The World as an Aesthetic Phenomenon, the Foundation of Nietzsche's Ethics, argues that Nietzsche's ethics were built on the basis of his philosophy of art. So, is aesthetics, of which music is a very important part, so important that it can be considered as the foundation of ethics? In his dissertation, Nash says, "My philosophy is never to live the same day twice, to learn something new every day, read another chapter and write another page. I feel blessed every time I meet a new person and see my old friends. Friendship is one of the most important values that has to be cherished and constantly developed. And love, while the love for an individual cannot be thought but only felt in its beautiful consequences, love for the world can be thought of, which is the essence of my mission. Ethics and aesthetics were always the focal points of my intellectual development, and through them I have managed to discover the depth of my spiritual being. The love of wisdom is the path on which I still walk my journey, always grateful for love and friendships that keep the smile on my face and help me continue." So without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Nash Jocic to the stage.
Thank you, Nicole. First of all, thank you everybody for coming today and making this event such a special event. All these young talents, performers, musicians. This is something really amazing. I remember taking Nicole a few years ago to participate in similar events, but just to play piano, but not to organize the events. So this is the journey that you have just started, you young musicians, and you should continue because it's a beautiful journey and it should last for the rest of your life. So when it comes to music, what to say about the puzzling character of music? Music, we don't think about that famous philosophical why, but we do listen to the music all the time. In the cars, in the tubes, in the buses, in the gyms, when we are home, when we are looking at the movies, the music is always present. So there is not a big secret that music is literally an inseparable part of our lives. Obviously, we should not avoid scientific take on music. So what science has to say about music? How does music influence us humans? Until recently, it was believed that listening to the music activates only certain parts of the brain. But now discovery, research, scientific research has shown that actually the whole brain gets involved. So latest technological trials have shown that when people are exposed to the music, when people listen to the music, some parts of the brain just light up. But when people perform music, the whole brain lights up. So obviously there is something extremely activating for the brain to be actually involved practicing music. Now it has been shown that, for example, when children perform music for more than 3 years, they dramatically improve their vocabulary and also their non-verbal reasoning. Character is another thing which is extremely important for personal development. Strong character traits, like, for example, perseverance, consistency, resilience, they have shown up to help individuals develop personal happiness and also develop their social skills, develop and maintain relationships. So character does matter a lot. And what is the relation between music and the character? Again, countless number of researchers actually has shown that listening to the music, and especially performing music, helps dramatically improve listening skills, focusing, concentration, self-esteem, self-confidence, creativity, resilience, perseverance, consistency, reliability. I mean, imagine how many and how much character traits can be actually strengthened through music. So, while these are the latest researches, scientific researches about the music, this is nothing new in the history of philosophy. For example, famous Greek philosopher Pythagoras, who lived in the second half of the 6th and the first half of the 5th century BC, so roughly around 2,500 years ago, imagine, considered music to be therapeutic agent. So he based his healing skills in different conditions always on music. So music had that healing power for Pythagoras. So for example, people who would commit crime, Pythagoras would advise that they be exposed to listening or playing music to calm down the passions of the soul, as he would say. So for Pythagoras, music was an extremely powerful tool, not just in calming the passions, but also in developing moral skills. So in Greek society, music was treated as not just as an aesthetic pleasure, but also extremely powerful tool for moral development. So just imagine how important music was in those days. And then Plato, for example, another Greek philosopher, famous Greek philosopher, would say, I would teach children music, physics, and philosophy, but most of all music, because the patterns in music are the key to learning. So children who perform music have also shown, this is what we know now, much better learning skills, so they perform better in school. And what to say about the uniting power of music? We all know about concerts and festivals when hundreds of thousands of people gather together because there is something that music offers and they all have in common regardless of their social, cultural, national background. That's something magical in music that unites people, that brings people together. There is nothing like music. And I've written quite a lot about aesthetics and especially music in aesthetics. And I also find and I argue about the importance of music for the meaning of life. And there is not better quote to say at the end than Nietzsche's quote that without music, life would be a mistake. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you, Dr. Nash, for explaining the importance of music learning and also its relationship between music and also personal development and even with the society.